Mark, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. So you already had your Game of Thrones Q&A. How was it for you?
Yeah, we loved it. I think that whenever you get a Game of Thrones cast together, they're always going to have fun. Answers aren't always serious about the show. Some people's are totally made up because they haven't seen the show. But yeah, I love it. But it's a great crowd of people, you know, and they always are at places like this. They're always really friendly.
Yeah, is it like meeting friends after a time? Because you're probably not gonna shoot with everyone during Glover isn't more in the show.
Yeah, I mean it is. It's nice seeing people. I mean, I'd met Tom before and Miltos before, but I've done ones where there's been other Night's Watchmen doing it. But it's always nice to see people. Yeah, it's strange because whenever you return back to film for Game of Thrones, it always felt like a small family when you were on it. I mean, I haven't been on it for 3 years now, I don't think. But when you went back, the crew was always the same, and it's always the same people. So it was very, very comforting. It was nice. It was nice to be around.
Yeah, sounds more easier when you know already the people you're working with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is.
So, what's the most interesting about shooting Game of Thrones?
I mean, the scale of the show is dramatic. You know, you're always caught up in these wonderful scenes and sets. What would I say? I mean, it's just that everything's there for you. My family came out for a set visit while I was there, and they couldn't believe the grandeur of it all, and just how detailed and intricate it was. I mean, you'd walk into rooms that are like this, that have been created and sculpted out of fiberglass and wood. I mean, they rattle and shake in the wind, but the detail that they go to is unbelievable.
Sounds amazing. The whole show is really big, so did you watch it by yourself, or are you not the person who watch themselves on screen?
No, it's strange. It's a good question. It's a strange question. I think I'll watch myself less and less as time goes on, but I think you do watch yourself at the beginning just to make sure you're not totally shit, and you should start looking for another profession. But luckily I haven't felt like that, and I keep enjoying my work. But I think I will watch it less and less as time goes on. Yeah.
I always think it's kind of weird seeing themselves on screen. Sometimes you sound different, or
you do. Yeah. You do. You sound different. You look different. I bet you've never seen the back of your head.
Yeah.
You know, being filmed, and you sort of go, "Fucking hell, do I look like that?" But you get used to it. And actually, you know, what you do isn't what you see. So you've just got to do it and forget about anything aesthetic, and just get on with it and enjoy yourself while you're doing it.
Have you ever been ashamed of something you have played?
I wouldn't say I've been ashamed of anything, but I would say some things could have been better. Or I could have made a different choice. But I wouldn't say ashamed.
Good answer. So, you've been on Stowers as well?
Briefly.
Yeah.
Very briefly. It was a few days filming, but it accumulated to this. And that was about it. So, there's talk about that part of the story coming back into the franchise. I haven't heard anything. I'd like it to, obviously, but yeah, it was 3 short days, and it was right at the end of the shoot. So, as nice as it was to visit Star Wars, I'm sure loads of people would, you know, get very excited about that. I took it as a job, and I enjoyed it for what it was, which was just a couple of days filming.
Fine. Are you a fan of any other franchise?
We've been talking about this all day, actually. I'm not like an avid fan of anything, I don't think, and that I think I spread myself quite thin, but over a broad spectrum of things. In terms of franchises, no, I mean I love watching Game of Thrones when it's on, but I've never seen a Star Wars film. I know. I've watched quite a lot of Walking Dead. I like Walking Dead. Apparently that's a franchise. But I like box sets. But I've never escaped into them or never clung on to them for any reason. But I think it's great that people do, because you see people and they get very attached to things. But I think it's a really good thing. I think it gives people confidence. You see people walking around in costumes today that probably wouldn't on a regular basis, but you see them being confident, and that's a really nice thing to see. So I can see the advantages of getting involved in a franchise, but I'm not personally, no.
Doesn't matter. I agree that the people feel more comfortable as these conventions. Like in normal life, the most of them are more into themselves or not so open to other people.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I don't know. I haven't met them all, but from what I can see, it's definitely a day where they can bring out their. For some people, it's their erotic side. For some people, it's just their being able to dress up and be someone totally different for a day. But I can understand it. Yeah, I can understand it. It's what I do for a living, so I can understand it. Yeah.
Totally. So thank you really much for the interview. That's for me.
No, best of luck. I wish you all the best.
Thanks.
Thanks very much. Cheers. Good to meet you.